Hey friends, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? No, it's Monday. Man, what a great weekend it was. It was just the community was rocking. It was rip roaring. I loved it. That fucking live feed and then Nick Pixel right after that. It doesn't get a lot better than that, does it? No. Tasman sprinkled in there. Pilk Polk cranking out some content. Just tell you the Bucking Army's taking over YouTube. We are. I love it. Anyway, we're here at the shop at the end of the day. I did get a little door footage. I know I hate to keep bashing those doors, but there's still stuff to talk about on the doors. It's hoping to get them installed this week. So there is a little light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm gonna make, I think, probably a special couple of axe handles. These are the patterns that I had in mind. Not too curvy. This is an adaptation on a 34-inch axe and handle altogether, a legitimate axe that came from Nova Scotia, and I just liked it. And I kind of, when I'm on the sander, I kind of do my own little twist on the palm swell. It's the same pattern. This is the same pattern that went to Charlie, and I can, depending on the person, I can thin or leave thick or whatever. But this is what I start with. This is my own little pattern that I've come up with, and I quite like it. It's a little thinner. It can be thicker, but I like it. What can I say? I like it. It's also a 30-inch. So we're gonna see what we see with this piece of, I've got a piece of Osage Orange here. Here's what, the palm swell isn't done on this yet, but this one's out of ash, and it is a little bit thin. It's probably maybe 3/4-ish, maybe 13/16 thick. It's not finished sanded yet. It still needs a little tweaking. I can see some red X's. I take a lumber crayon, and when I sight these things, I just mark it in red lumber crayon where I need to do some work. But it's pretty close. And then this is what everybody saw Charlie's axe, but this is another Nova Scotia for Charlie's axe. Same handle. A little bit thinner in here. I kind of left hers big just for, margin of error and stuff. So hopefully, it can always be thin. She can always send it back, and I can always thin it down as she gets older and more accurate with her axe swings. But anyway, that's kind of that. So I just kind of wanted to run through my initial process of what I do with this piece of honkin' wood. Now, I got this piece from my sawmill guy, and he gave me a great price, but he made me cut about 4 inches off of this because he's a bow maker. And I complained at him because I said, Harvey, you're taking the best part of the wood, even though it's still good, but I just had to give him grief. But look how pretty that the Osage Orange is. It's going to be a nice looking handle. So we have some checks. I'm not sure how deep they go. We'll just have to dig into this and see what happens. But I got this at the end of, I would say the end of last summer. So let's see where we're at. We're at 7 there. This is upside down to you guys. 6 here. 6 here, and as I dig into this and cut it, once I, cut a piece off of it, then I'll do the inside and see where that's at. But I think we're pretty stable. This has been sitting in my shop in a stable environment since the end of last summer. It's been through the winter with all the heat and all the dryness. So let's see what we see. See? And this is where, for me, this is where it takes the time, especially if you're making a super custom handle like this. You want to take your time and orient your grain. I tend to shy away from just taking this and processing this board down into just a nominal size board, because once you do that, then you've sort of pigeonholed yourself. You've committed yourself to a certain grain. Now, if you're going with a bigger curve, you might, overcommit yourself, and you might have run out. And run out with axe handles is really the biggest thing. Avoiding run out is it's a serious thing. It's actually more important than having your grain orientation going this way. Generally, that's about where I stop. But I've got some pretty crappy handles that have held together for 3 or 4 years, so it's relative. The biggest thing is grain run out, though, and I mean, I'm looking at a little bit of grain run out right here. So this is probably not something I would sell. However, it is something that I will put one of my axe heads on and test it out. For me, everything is valid because it's knowledge. Every time I save every handle I break, and obviously I save the ones that work. But you can always learn something. You learn just as much from your failures as you do your successes in my book. So anyway, enough of that blabbermouth. I'm laying this across, and just and I'm not gonna bore you with this. But what I do is I take my pattern, and these are next in line. What I do with some of the patterns, let me find a good one. I actually transfer them to clear plexiglass, so that rather than trying to visualize the wood grain underneath the plywood pattern, it's like boom, you can actually see it. But this was from a bygone era long ago where we believed in the curvy handle, and we've since reconsidered the curvy handle. Oh, yeah, that was a heck of a learning experience. A lot of R&D. But yeah, so I'm just gonna play with this until I figure something I like. I think I kind of like. I actually think I kind of like. Oh. You see, this is like. This could go on for hours. So suffice it to say, I will come back when we're ready to get at the bandsaw. It won't be today. But I just wanted to pop in and wish everybody well, and just thank you all for hanging out and being you, communicating, saying what's up, how's it going? Really, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It was good seeing everybody yesterday, and there'll be more this week. So we're going to start this Osage Orange, a couple of Osage Orange handles. I'm really excited about it. This stuff is really tough. It's really dense. It's a lot like black locust. I'm really excited. I think I've got to wait another week, and then I can call Harvey and get the black locust cut. And I'm still, the hickory in the container is still about 3 weeks from going off to the kiln. So we've got some things rolling, and it's really exciting. Everybody, stay well, be kind, keep the love bus rolling. Keep the kindness cars in your lane, on the highway, on the road. I'll see ya. Take care.